given her points, but I was still giving reasons for joint account because joint accounts also have their own reasons. It's easier financial planning. When you put all your money together in a relationship, you can plan better. Rogers says never trust anyone with money, even if you are your wife, daddy, mommy, sister, brother. It is never. That is Rogers' take. And I think Rogers can give us his reasons for that. Because, like I said, behind every financial decision is a human experience. Rogers is probably talking from an experience where he was beaten or burnt before. And that is why he's saying that. So let me know what you think. It's a live chat. Go ahead and drop in the comment section. Let me know who is watching, where you're watching in from. And if it works for you to go joint account, separate account, or um, secret account, like someone mentioned there. Now, for me, I was saying it's a joint account leads to easier planning. Because imagine you put your money, I bring my money, we put it together, and then plan this month we'll pay for rent for 2 months and pay for power for this period and water. The next month we are like, we'll buy ourselves saucepans. Next month, even whether you're married or not, whether it's just any relationship, I think it's easy, it makes it easier to plan because you know exactly how much the other person has, as opposed to living with someone on assumption. Some people who keep their finances separate, when it comes to us ladies, guys, now this is for the guys, we tend to think you have more than you actually do. And so we spend and spend and spend until you have no more. And because you men have a tendency of coming off as though you have too much when you're trying to woo this girl and get her to like you, you're spending, taking her out for lunch, dinner, breakfast, spoiling her with presents. We tend to assume that he's got it covered with the money. He's got no issues with money. Yet, you actually don't. But if we put a joint account, I will not spend on assumption. I will spend knowing exactly how much that we have. And that will keep us from financial stress or struggle. But I also want to read a comment that has just come in. Those of you who are dropping by, it's a live chat. Go ahead, drop in the comment section. Let me know what you think about joint accounts versus separate accounts. What is best? Rogers says, I'm watching from Bunamwaya Ewaka Tikiro. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Rogers, you're very much welcome. And BCM Uganda, hello. Yes, that's what Rogers says. Anyhow, the other point about joint accounts, the advantage of joint account, it promotes teamwork. Why do I say it promotes teamwork? Because in case you bring your money, I bring my money, we buy the car. Guess what? We will know that we bought that money with our money together. And guess what? We will value that car. If it is to service it, we'll take care of it. As opposed to a relationships that I've seen where a woman gets married to a man, he's already built, already bought the car, and you just come with your head and looks. Yes, that is a deadly place to be because when things fall apart, you will get out of that house, out of that car with the bag that you came with because you contributed nothing towards the buying of all these assets or acquiring of all these assets. So me, I say that it's easier, to be in a relationship. It promotes teamwork if you have a joint account and thereon develop yourselves together. Another thing is it helps with accountability. If all money was put together, spending it wouldn't be recklessly, whereby you just wake up, I want to eat chikalai, I want to, go shopping, go do my nails unnecessarily. A secret to every man that is listening in, I hope Rogers, Cedric, and any other gentleman that is listening in, is one way for sure you can know someone loves you, a girl loves you. She will not work so hard to make sure your money gets finished. She will try and protect you. Try and make sure you spend less. Spend less because she loves you and sees a future with you. But a person who does not see a future with you, guess what they will do? They will be wanting to deplete you and make sure everything you have is finished. I mean, I know of some people who, a couple where the lady was not, one sign, clear sign for me that she wasn't interested is she never invested in the relationship. Came into the relationship, found not, found, guys tend to slack a bit. They don't buy these house things very well. They don't work towards building a home. Roger says, Chikarai, goodness. Yeah, there are ladies who are after eating for today and enjoying today as opposed to, a life of goodness and comfort. If you work together, you can attain that. But if you are with this kind of woman who is just out to suck you dry, Rogers, if you happen to see a woman like that, she doesn't love you. One who loves you will make sure she buys you that shirt. Is like, don't spend on me money for transport. I'm good. I does her hair without even giving her the money because she wants you to save as much and be able to do much with her than spend it out. But a woman who is not in it for keeps will spend your money every weekend going out to the hair salon, doing her nails. My auntie fell sick. My uncle is in the he came to visit. My stepbrother is in prison. We need to bail him out. Excuses after excuses. But one that loves you will be like, no, I'm good. I have the transport. I have the money. I'll just come. Don't worry. Then you say you don't have food in the house. She'll be like, oh, I'll come with something. No need to worry. But one who does not buy chikalai, buy chips. And Roger says, for me, I don't like a woman. A woman. I mean, let me read properly what Rogers just said. I'm in love with money, money, money. That is Roger's take. He loves money and he has made it clear he wants money. Guys, you have heard it from Rogers. You have to have money. But anyway, on a serious note, yeah, we were talking about joint accounts, shared financial goals and sacrifices. If you have a joint account, you will have shared goals. You will be aiming for the same goal. Say, like today, you say we don't have a gas cooker. We'll be aiming to save and buying one next month. Then you put money together and buy that gas cooker. Then the next month, you're like, now we need to go treat ourselves to something good, maybe like a day out. It's shared financial goals and sacrifices, whereby if you say we are not spending, it's okay with you, the guy, and it's okay with the woman. But if you don't have a joint account, I'm assuming you're blowing this money somewhere and you're just giving me leftover money. Yet actually, you may not have money. And what you're giving me is all that you have. But because we don't have a joint account, I can assume you have, but you're just being stingy and blowing this money with some other people. Now, examples, a couple that overcame poverty together. Yeah. Truth joint budget. Sorry, they overcame poverty together through a joint budget. Rogers says, let's create a joint account. You and Dina Rogers, create a joint account, that's okay. Otherwise, scriptures like Mark 10:8, yeah, the two shall become one flesh. Does this apply to finances too? I wanted to ask. For those of you who are Christians that are tuning in, there is that scripture that says that two shall become one. Does that apply to finances as well? Because if it does, then why is money creating the rift between us? Why is it because of money? You have yours and I have mine, but we're sleeping in the same bed. Guys, that's a deadly place to be. Because if I can trust you with my health, why not my account? Think about it. If I can trust you with my health, same applies to my finances. Do you think joint accounts build more trust or more tension? I would love to hear from you. Barakat, oh my goodness, thank you so much for tuning in. Good evening, my dear. I have been wanting to talk to you for a long time, but I'm glad that you've tuned in. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you so much, Barakat. Otherwise, guys, do you think joint accounts would build more trust or more tension? That is also something that I would want to hear from you about. Because on a flip side, not every believer believes that mine is yours and yours is mine. They've got their reasons. There are those who don't believe in sharing everything together but are married. Yeah. Now we'll talk about also the advantages of separate accounts because, like Dina said, separate accounts do work. Financial independence, like Dina said, when you have your money, you are free to go do what you want whenever you want, eat what you want. That's the advantage of separate accounts. But the reason why I would not support separate accounts, guys, is because today you have money, I have money, and then tomorrow you don't have. Like the situation is in Uganda. I don't know about you guys, but men tend to run out of jobs quickly and easily. I don't know about you, Rogers, but men run out of jobs easily and quickly. And these women, if you've not observed, are driving the biggest cars. They are living in these apartments. They are living the it life, while the men cannot even show up anywhere. Now, the reason for why I wouldn't support separate accounts is while we had separate accounts and lived in the same house, you were working. Now we have separate accounts. I'm working, you're not. How are we going to deal with things here? So that's why for me, separate accounts are not the thing. So we need to look at it in a wiser sense, in a wiser way or sense, because in case one of you is to lose the job, the other one will feel really, really terrible about not being able to financially meet their needs because initially that was not set where you had a joint account and money was from there that catered to everything, whether it was hair, food, nails, servicing of the car, transport, phone, WhatsApp or data, whatever it is that your bills are involved. Yeah. Now you need to think about it carefully before you vouch for separate accounts because much as it promotes financial independence, it's got also that scare about it. Because in case you run out of job, you will not be in position to you'll not be in position to enjoy the same liberties with someone that you were not sharing with sharing with money. So think about it carefully as you're vouching for, you know, um, separate accounts because it is not so easy, guys, like you think. Now, financial independence is so true, but also this risk in case of breakups or debt. Cedric says, hello, BCM. Hey, hi guys. Thank you so much. It's a live chat. Those of you who are dropping by for the very first time, go ahead and drop in the comment section what your take is. Is it joint account or separate account? What is it that works for you? And salam, Keme Hadika, Beriket. Salam, Keme Hadika. Yeah. Otherwise, less risk in case of breakups or debts. In case you break up with this partner, say like you're in a relationship, some people look at it as being safe to have separate accounts because in case you break up, it is safe. You don't have to worry about, closing these accounts, trying to keep your finances in one place. In case the other one goes and acquires a debt, you will not be spending your money on a debt you didn't acquire. So that it seems safe. But to me, the pros on joint accounts outweigh the ones on separate accounts, but we are still going. I'll hear from you and get to know what your opinion is at the end of it all. Also, another reason, it prevents arguments over small expenses. If you are, say, like you want to get that shoe, you go to a shop and happen to see, like a shoe and you want it, you just buy it because you have your separate accounts. So you're using your money to buy what you want. But that kind of living is not progressive, is not one that builds a future.